Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us this midday. Drug maker Moderna has announced its COVID-19 vaccine is extremely effective. The news comes as the U.S. adds around 1 million cases in less than a week, leaving many hospitals on the brink of being overwhelmed.
With Texas seen as sort of a hot spot for the virus, why has there been a hesitation in implementing a shelter-in-place order statewide?
This is a historic moment right here. Before leaving the White House to board Marine One, President Trump made his first public appearance since the Capitol riots last Wednesday, not taking any questions from reporters. Many in Congress, primarily Democrats and some Republicans, said he instigated those riots. This moment marking 2 years since he visited the Valley, the one and only other time he came to the Valley. Then he was talking about his goals with the border. And today he's touting the success of the border wall with some half-truths in the mix. We want to remind you of what that 2019 visit was like in just a moment. But right now, this moment is historic for the Valley. We are learning that law enforcement did receive a warning about last week's deadly Capitol attack. The FBI now saying the day before the riot, a field office in Virginia warned of, quote, war at the Capitol. The FBI is highlighting an online thread that discussed specific calls for violence and said, quote, be ready to fight, and we get our president or we die. The FBI insists warnings ahead of the violence at the Capitol were taken seriously and were shared with other law enforcement agencies. Now there are threats of more violence in the coming days, and security is beginning to ramp up. In his first comments since last week's deadly attacks, Acting Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen sent a warning.
We will have no tolerance whatsoever for any attempts to disrupt the peaceful transfer of power on January 20th.
Members of Congress have been briefed on security threats ahead of the inauguration, including potential plans for a large armed protest and a plot to surround the Capitol, White House, and Supreme Court and kill lawmakers. SpaceX is scheduled to launch a Starship prototype rocket from Boca Chica. The launch is testing the rocket's new Raptor engine performance. This Starship is part of a two-stage vehicle system that founder Elon Musk hopes will one day take as many as 100 people to Mars. And it is a great day for a launch.
Absolutely. What's his name, Bob?
You know what? We can name him.
All right.
Business owner is the victim of a flood or other disaster. What do they do? Where do they start?
Well, the first thing is look at what insurance coverage you've got.
Take a look behind me. This line down the block, this is not your typical evening traffic. This goes up around this corner, and everyone is lining up for this HEB gasoline. Now, the concern for people that I spoke with today is that once they get to the gas pump, there's not going to be any more gasoline left. You can hear the traffic is moving quick. It's this time of the day. Tow trucks, they're getting a lot of calls from people that need help, from flat tires to breakdowns. Critical time to pay attention to anyone working on the road. For truck driver Troy Capone, his truck was smashed when a driver failed to move over. This was a unique situation. Crews were very close nearby because of the air show. Walk me through what happened.
Well, the aircraft was on takeoff and it experienced a problem.
We are at Vietnam Veterans Memorial, where the search continues right now for 14-year-old Trayvon Rowe. And I'm standing along this soggy shoreline. This is where mosquitoes are laying their eggs, an area that kids usually play. This is where police and major crimes detectives responded this morning. Hamilton Apartments, where they found a toddler in an apartment on the 5th floor. He was rushed to Strong, but he was pronounced dead just after 9 this morning. Lots of folks will be watching fireworks in the city of Rochester. As for Canisius Lake, deputies say they've got about 20 extra members out watching to make sure everyone stays safe tonight. We have 3 buses set up here where women are getting a second chance to try on the perfect dress. Can we just show off the tattoos? Okay. These ladies have the tattoos. So, like I said earlier, the business is their baby. Yes, mouthful, but it tastes amazing. I wouldn't know the difference, and I am considering a gluten-free diet after being in here. Guys, it's all coming back to you in the newsroom. You're welcome.
Yay! We're giving you 2 thumbs up. Yeah, looks good. I can't believe you waited that long. I know, you didn't eat till right now? I would have been in the bowl.
It was tough. Tough cookie, okay? There is some willpower in here. Right now, the Valley is in what experts are calling an HIV epidemic. This year alone, 5 men every month have been diagnosed with the virus. That's up from 4 a month last year. Now, this number is something that you as parents need to be aware of and educate your children.
I was just scared as to, okay, what is it? What's going on with me?
Leo says he was diagnosed with HIV when he was 17, a young age, but one that's not shocking to the experts. Oscar Lopez with the Valley AIDS Council says this is in part because teens are experimenting sexually earlier, some as young as 12 years old.
This is a disease that could gravely affect our community. We know it's happening due to pregnancies and STI rates. So HIV is just one step away from most of them. And it's not just a disease that affects young gay men, because young gay men have sex with other men. They have sex with women, especially when they're young and experimenting. So this can cross-pollinate across all sorts of lines.
And because of this, the number of those being diagnosed, that's growing as well. Dr. Dora Martinez, the chief medical officer for Valley AIDS Council, says 60 men will become HIV positive this year.
1 in 4 men who have sex with men who are Latino will be HIV positive. In the Valley, those trends, it looks like that's what's going to end up happening. You wait and you wait and you wait until someone finds you collapsed and you're so sick you end up in the hospital, and that's how you find out you're positive, instead of coming in to get routine testing.
Dr. Martinez says parents need to teach their kids how to protect themselves.
You got to check your discomfort at the door. Yeah, this is not a comfortable thing to talk about, but you got to do it, because ignorance is not bliss. This is why I'm telling you to protect yourself, because I love you, because I care about you, and you are worthy. And that is why you need to know.
Leo is now an advocate for HIV prevention, finding comfort in helping others with their health.
I meet a lot of great and genuine people that I know that are not lying to me because they love me for who I am. And it helped me build as a person.
The experts want to remind everyone, get tested even if you don't think you're at risk. You can reach out to the Valley AIDS Council at the number on your screen. That is 428-2653.